Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of SomberChaosReviews. Sadly, Chaos has been cut from the show due to inactivity despite my best efforts to contact him. So the final name for my OC will sadly have to be SomberChaos. So, with that out of the way, I guess I should have Chaos explain the... Oh right, I'm on my own now. Okay then. Today I will be reviewing Fall of the Crystal Empire, a video made by Silly Philly Studios, the same people behind Snowdrop, the last animation I reviewed, and that fucking fever dream with the muffin cupcakes. Anyway, Fall of the Crystal Empire is the latest big project from Silly Philly Studios, released back in May of this year, and it was highly anticipated. So highly anticipated that the text before the animation is dancing with glee. So I really have nothing else to say, so let's just get into story. I do want to warn you though, this will be a very short and fast moving review. But don't worry, as I will be changing my review format after this episode. So, with nothing else to say, let's move on to story. Okay, so the story. The story for Fall of the Crystal Empire is, as much as I hate to admit it, pure headcanon. You all remember King Sombra, right? That villain who did absolutely nothing and was the most disappointing villain in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic to date? Well, King Sombra, what he did, how he came to be, and how he was defeated seems to be very good headcanon fodder. Most of the theories I've heard surrounding him are pretty decent and make a lot of sense. And Fall of the Crystal Empire is no exception. Basically, the story is Celestia and Luna have come to take the Crystal Empire back and confront Sombra for the final battle. And it is basically a headcanon on how he was defeated. But is it any good? Well, let's dive into characterization and find out. So, as far as characters go, Celestia, Luna, and Sombra are the only characters featured in this animation. And since he is the most interesting, I will start with Sombra. And before anyone asks, no, my username Sombra Guy is in no way related to King Sombra. I've had the username Sombra Guy since 2011. Sombra first appeared in 2012. I really get tired of having to say this. Anyway, as I was saying, King Sombra is what I like to call a blank slate character, meaning since he has no canonical characterization, it is up to the creator to characterize him. So the question here isn't, is King Sombra portrayed accurately? The question is he portrayed in a way that you would expect a character like King Sombra to act? And my answer is yes. I can totally picture him acting like this. He has a very dark and low voice and seems overly confident in his abilities to defeat the princesses, as well as silver-tongued as he tries to talk Luna into being his ally.
You are strong, far more fit to rule, far more deserving of respect than Celestia. You have an opportunity now to take her place. Together, we can show the nation what it truly means to fear the night.
Celestia and Luna are, as always, portrayed accurately, solely there to reclaim the Crystal Empire and defeat King Sombra to protect their loyal subjects. And that's all I have for characters, sadly. So, since there's not much to talk about with Fall of the Crystal Empire beyond characters and the story, I'm going to cover the animation and all the other imagery-related aspects in this part of the video. You know, without a person to do funny banters with in between segments, something feels off about the review. I'm gonna change it all anyway. So, as is standard for a Silly Philly Studios video, everything is very sharp and polished. The animation looks even better than in Snowdrop. The coloring in the video is very dark and foreboding and helps to set the tone as the tense battle with Sombra unfolds. The music, while a little grandiose for my personal taste, does a very good job of making the battle and confrontation seem epic and sounds like the final boss music to some kind of a video game. Also, I have to compliment the voice acting. I love the dialogue between Sombra and both princesses. As I mentioned before, Sombra has a very low and menacing voice, and the way he tries to play mind games with the princesses is just very interesting to watch.
You speak of cowardice. Have you forgotten whose domain you are in?
I care not what dark pacts you've made. You will fail!
It seems even the gods lack purity in their hearts. I can taste your wrath, and it is delicious.
Silence, you cur!
And it also shows how clever they were when writing the script for this. The voices of the princesses are also pretty damn accurate. Everything blends just nearly perfectly, and that's pretty much all I have to say on the imagery-related aspects. It's all very sublime. And sadly, that's all I have for Fall of the Crystal Empire. It's only a 9-minute animation, so I don't have much to work with or review. So I guess as a cap to this review, I'll give my personal thoughts on the story as well as my final thoughts on the animation as a whole. As for the story, I think it's very well told, falling in line with what many others have said and then some. It doesn't take much to see that Silly Philly Studios put a very fair amount of thought and research into this. The only scene I'm a little bit iffy about is this one. I mean, this does seem to be falling in line with the popular assumption that Sombra corrupted Luna, turning her into Nightmare Moon. At least that's what I think happened, because this scene plays out in a very sudden way, and it kind of left me confused and feeling like I missed something the first few times I watched it. But other than that minor error, I see the story as very high quality and well written as well as told. As for my final thoughts, I think Fall of the Crystal Empire is one of the better headcanons and very deserving of a viewing. The music, the animation, and the story are all very well done. Is it the best thing in the world? No, not exactly, but it's definitely worth your 10 minutes. I give this fan animation a final rating of 9.2. So that was it for this episode of SomberChaos Reviews. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go and overhaul my format. Thankfully, my onslaught on Silly Philly Studios is finally over, and I would call them good sports, but it's likely none of them ever saw or will see my reviews, which is fine. I'm not exactly Goss Scorcher or Silverquill over here, but I do what I can. And if you like what you saw here, I encourage you to check out my other reviews. They are all reviews I did with Chaos, who sadly I had to cut from the project with this episode due to inactivity. I'm not sure if he will come back or not, but I'm still here and I still have more coming up. So what is my next review? Let's just say I have a feeling a lot of people will hate me after episode 5. But I will never be dishonest to appease popular opinion. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. This is SomberChaos, flying out.
My name is Derpy Hooves. I am a simple Pegasus